Hello, I got Treehouse's Fruit Cup IPA. One of the few new single IPAs that's not really like part of any series or anything. Um, this one, I guess, they just kind of use some more malts. They used what they said were a new selection of crystal malts, creating a light and sweet backbone. Because a lot of hazy IPAs these days are moving towards no crystal malts, no any colored malts, very, very ultra pale malts, and just making a really milky, pale yellow beer. And this one is not that. And Treehouse's traditional style, like Julius, has a good amount of color to it. But crystal malt, just like it tastes really old fashioned. And I guess crystal malts kind of get an oxidized flavor more quickly than other ones. Or maybe that's Munich malts, or maybe it's all sort of amberish malts. Um, and crystal malt makes you think of old school American IPA and like British IPA. And the hops in this are Citra and Vista. It's 6.8% alcohol. Canned February 25th, so that means it was. I mean, somewhere less than 3 weeks ago. There you go. Fruit Cup. And I've had this before. I first had this on draft. I think it was the first batch. Oh, and I always forget that they pack their beers really full and then it always splashes on your hand. But I think this is the second batch. And I had the first batch with orange on draft at the brewery. And it didn't really need the orange. It was still really good though. But yeah, I'm finding that, I mean, I like some of these super duper pale, chalky, new wave IPAs, but I really enjoyed this one too. And this kind of seems like the malts also bring out more of the classic Treehouse yeast profile too. It smells a lot like Julius, and you can see it's got a good amount of color to it. It's not like amber, it's not that dark. But the combo of some sweet malts and Citra and Treehouse's yeast profile is just great. Guess I could pour a little bit more in there. That smells very good. Yeah, it has the ineffable Treehouse yeast esters, bringing in some nice candy notes. That not quite banana type thing, not quite pear, which is the most unique candy yeast profile. And like really sweet, ripe, juicy fruits. There's orange in there, but there's also this little bit of a toastiness, probably from the crystal malts. And just like big fruit cocktail vibes, and every fruit though. It's not just focusing on tropical or stone fruit. It's almost like you got ambrosia salad with the mandarin orange segments and pineapple and coconut tidbits and maybe even the maraschino cherry pieces in there. That's like a fake sort of salad, old-fashioned American fruit salad that some of these beers really remind me of. I guess they say fruit cup, sort of like that. It's like still bright and fresh though. It's not all like canned fruit. They just say notes of plump oranges and tangy grapefruit. Plump oranges. Yeah, it's very orangey. It smells great. Nice big body on this one. And it's sweet, but it also has a little bit of a dank thing and a deep orange oil, slight earthiness to it. It's a little bit earthy. Hopefully it doesn't get all the way to like incensey. That's one thing. It's kind of, I'm not a huge fan of hop character. if it gets like too spicy and earthy and incensey, then you lose some of that bright fruitiness that is what people want, you know. And the earthiness seems to have very little to do with the malt. It's more the hopping and the overall brewing process. I say honeydew melon, sweet peach. Yeah, there's maybe a little bit of a peach iced tea thing going on, and melons. Yeah, definitely melon in the aftertaste. And it's pretty thick and full, and yeah, it has a bright lip smacking finish. Um, this is a good beer. Hopefully they brew it kind of more regularly. Vista hops is one that I think they use in some other beers too. So hopefully they keep making it, because there's so many one-offs that Treehouse like never really returns to. They did ones a long time ago called Tango and Punch that I don't know if you've ever rebrewed those, and I really like, I think, the Tango one. Yeah, it's just like Julius, but more like fruit focused in a way, I guess. But then it does have some dank, earthy stuff going on too. Whereas Julius, I feel like, is a little bit maybe lighter on the palate than this one. I don't really know too much about Vista hops, a newer variety. And I guess I've heard that they actually grow it in New York State, which is interesting. I don't know if I've had many New York State hops, but their hop farms are just expanding everywhere, and they're getting better at doing it. I remember a long time ago when I would get like a fresh hop beer with local hops around here, it would just not be very good, or they like wouldn't use a lot because they would not make the beer much better. Mm-hmm. I just like melon orange juice. I want to stop short of saying smoothie. Just like it's just like the actual juice, like thick juice. If you have real juice with puree and stuff in it, it's thick, kind of like this is. But orange and melon, that's kind of what is lingering. It's a little bit of incensey stuff, but it's not taking away from the juiciness. And a little bit of toasty malt character in there. Adding a little bit of sweetness, kind of bringing it, making it just seem extra super ripe. It's nice. Yeah, this is very well made beer, and not really the modern style. Hopefully, this sort of thing comes back eventually. Everything goes in cycles, but it doesn't have so much crystal malt that it tastes like an old-fashioned IPA or an English IPA or something like that. So this is good. This is 4.5. Excuse me, well carbonated, and the feel is thick and juicy. It's a little bit textured, a little bit of a chalkiness. It's not all like fully super soft. A little bit of bitterness, but that's fine to deal with the sweetness. So yes, 4.5 plus. Bye.